Hello and welcome to your subconscious meditation focused on opening and expanding your heart space. My name is Thoma, and what I'd like to invite you to do is get into a comfortable position, whether that be seated or lying down. Allow your hands to rest at your sides, allowing every little muscle to fully relax, and I invite you to keep your head exactly as it is, but open your eyes and roll your eyelids up as though you're looking into your own eyebrows. Very good. Perhaps finding a spot on the ceiling and just allowing your eyes to go up as far as they will go while keeping your head stationary. Breathing in through the nose for 4 counts, maintaining that gaze. You may notice that it's a little bit strained, a little bit fuzzy, and if it ever gets to a point where it feels like you would rather close your eyes, perhaps your eyes are feeling droopy, heavy, drowsy, allow them to gently close. Continuing with these deep breaths in through the nose, and pause before exhaling through the mouth. Breathing in a sense of calm and relaxation, and releasing any tension with the exhale, feeling your eyelids getting a little bit heavier, a little bit droopier, and knowing that there's no need to do anything other than what is comfortable, and allowing them to gently close now as you continue with these deep, nourishing breaths in through the nose, and pause, and out through the mouth. Very good. And now I'd like you to envision there is a small cloud above your head. This cloud above your head is the color green. It's the most beautiful shade of green. And you notice that it begins to lightly precipitate, light rain begins to slowly pour down from your own personal cloud. And it feels as though a soothing internal shower, feeling the warm, soothing raindrops cascading down your head, releasing every little bit of tension as it rolls down. Very good. Envisioning every little muscle completely relaxing as it rolls down your neck, around your jaw, every little muscle of your face, starting with your forehead, down to your eyebrows, your eyes, your cheeks and nose, releasing any little bit of tension that is in your mouth and your jaw, feeling these soothing, warm raindrops that have this wonderful way of releasing tension. Continuing to feel these raindrops cascading down your arms, warm and soothing, and any sounds that may be in your environment really only help you to go deeper into this state of relaxation. They're almost like a catalyst helping you, reminding you of how focused you really are. Feeling these raindrops now going down around your chest and your torso. Every little muscle that you didn't even know you had is now releasing. Down, down around your seat, around your legs, every little muscle in your thighs, around your knees and your calves, And now you notice these warm, soothing raindrops pouring out of each individual toe, releasing every little muscle in each of your toes. Feeling these raindrops continuing to slowly and languidly cascade down, pouring through each and every one of your fingertips, one by one. Observing the most beautiful shade of green, acknowledging these raindrops, and you notice that the current, while it's always been gentle, is beginning to wane, beginning to slow down, and you notice a flight of stairs right in front of you, and I'd like to invite you to tilt your head down, tilt your chin down as though you are looking down a flight of stairs, really seeing clearly what those flight of stairs looks like, with a sense of awe and ease. You effortlessly make your way down those steps. One by one, you can hear your feet and feel your feet going down step number 10. You can hear your feet and feel your feet going down to step number 9, very intentionally, very slowly, taking each step. Step 8. Repeating after me in your mind, step 7. As you continue to go down this staircase, you are currently on step number 6, repeating to yourself in your mind, step number 6. You can hear your feet and feel your feet with such effortlessness, going down to step number 5. Step number 4. You can hear your feet, feel your feet. Step 3, feeling a deeper and deeper sense of relaxation. Very good. Now step number 2. Continuing to hear your feet and feel your feet, allowing any external sounds that may arise to only bring you deeper into a state of relaxation. Step 1, just sleep. You see, this isn't an actual sleep. It's actually just an utter and pure relaxation of your central nervous system. Really allowing yourself to trust and release any of that tension that you carried, and getting to a place where you wonder why you ever carried it at all. It's even hard to imagine what that was once like, because you are feeling and fully allowing such a sense of relaxation. Very good. You're doing wonderfully. Continuing with your deep breaths in through the nose, and pause that breath, and exhaling through the mouth. Very good. Continuing with those deep breaths in. You open your eyes into this space that you have entered, and you know this space to be your heart space. Take a look around this room. Is it a large room? Is it a small room? Is there any furniture? Are there any tables or chairs? What are the colors and textures that surround you in this space? How do you feel in this space? Does it feel comforting to you? Does it feel warm? Does it feel inviting? Allowing yourself to be fully present and fully aware of this space that is your own. finding a space to sit comfortably within your heart space and just take a look around, observing all of the little details, maybe details that you didn't notice when you first entered this space. Are there any windows? Are there any doors? Are there any other people, animals? Anything that you see is utterly and perfectly fine. Allowing yourself to stand up and continue to slowly and graciously observe and walk around this room that is your heart space. Accepting every part of it as it is. As you're walking around this room, you notice that there is a door. Maybe it's a door that you saw earlier, or maybe it's one that was just out of sight. I'd like you to make your way over to that door. Notice what kind of handle the door has. Notice what color the door is. Notice the inviting nature of this door. And as you open the door, you enter into a hallway. Feeling a little pep in your step as you walk down this hallway. Notice if it feels spacious or a little bit snug as you make your way down this hallway with a sense of excited anticipation at what is on the other side. You know that there's something special that's on the other side, and you simply need to continue walking to it. Within one step, within 2 steps, within 3 steps, you look down as though you're looking down a flight of stairs. Maybe you even feel your chin slightly turn downward, and you notice something fun. You notice that there is a slide that you get to slide on down. Without any hesitation or reservation, you plop your seat down and comfortably and so effortlessly and smoothly begin to slide down this slide. Feeling a sense of giddiness and excitement as you go down this slide. And notice whether this slide goes straight down or maybe has a series of turns. Although it isn't water slide, it feels as smooth and languid as one. And you can feel a slight comforting drop in your stomach with each additional foot that you transcend down this slow and steady slide where there's nothing for you to do, no effort for you to exert, and you notice yourself beginning to melt even deeper into a sense of feeling cradled and held in this experience. It's almost like you're a baby. being cradled and held and transcending down this slide. And you notice this sliding ride begin to gently come to a slower point. And you actually transition into what feels like a space that is full of pillows where you melt right in. Allow yourself to feel like a memory foam mattress that is just the right level of firmness, just the right level of texture, just the most comfortable enveloping experience. It's the perfect temperature, the perfect texture. Feeling your shoulders being lightly hugged, maybe even a little bit of a foot massage, feeling so cradled and so held in this highly customized cocoon-like pillow that you've simply drifted into. Taking a moment for yourself to continue to breathe into this experience, breathing deeply in through your nose, filling up your belly and lungs before you allow the breath to gently pause and release through the mouth. Continuing with these deep breaths and allowing any messages to come through, anything that this even deeper space within your heart has to share with you, because you see the room that you entered earlier was in fact a part of your heart, but it was not the entire picture. You are now in a greater level of depth and feeling so held within that depth. Simply allowing the sensation of being so supported, so held, so enveloped in love. As you continue with these deep breaths in and out. As you are situated in this wonderfully cocoon-like space that you so effortlessly entered, you notice a scent wafting through the air, and that scent is your favorite tea. It's your favorite scented tea. And you intuitively know that there is a cup of tea just for you, and all that's left for you to do is to allow yourself to arise from this cocoon space. Maybe you bring a plush blanket with you and drape it around your shoulders as you make your way into the most beautiful chair. Notice the level of height, notice the color, notice the texture, and in front of that chair is a beautifully decorated table with a pot of tea and a teacup just for you. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. You allow yourself to admire and anticipate with so much joy these simple pleasures, like this cup of tea, as you pick up the teacup and gently pour yourself a glass, noticing how now your cup feels in your hands, feeling the porcelain or the ceramic density of the cup as you bring it up first to your nose, really allowing that lovely scent to waft through your nostrils, before taking it to your lips and gently and ever so intentionally taking your first sip, smelling and tasting the aroma of this tea, noticing the temperature, observing the process of the tea that has now gone from the teapot to your cup, to your lips, down your esophagus, feeling it warming your belly, feeling such gratitude for this experience. And as you do so, you begin to look around this space, understanding that there's a greater level of depth here, and even more of your heart's desires reside here. Looking out to your right, you notice a window. What is outside of that window? Is it clear? Is it a little bit fuzzy? Without exerting much effort, you simply take a glance and become curious about what's outside. As you continue to comfortably sit in this amazingly comfortable chair with the most decadent cup of tea that you have ever had, feeling a sense of rootedness and groundedness and centeredness within this experience, while holding space for this noticing that there is something outside for you. Taking another sip of your tea slowly, gently, and effortlessly, enveloping yourself in this feeling, kind of like a cocoon, kind of like when you first enter this even deeper space, except for, in addition to feeling so held and so cradled on the outside, it now feels internalized. Taking a look around this space and noticing it's somewhat cave-like. It's a lot more earthy. There are different earth elements, and you can feel them with your hands, with your feet. Maybe there's a vase of some beautiful flowers that you can tell are freshly cut from a garden. And as you begin to wind down, savoring every last sip of that tea, feeling more ready than ever to do a little bit of exploring, you notice another door and take a moment to appreciate and observe what shape is the door. the color of the door, the handle. Is it a knob? Is it concave? Does it stick out a little bit? Are there special engravings on this doorknob or handle? Gently and mindfully opening this door, and immediately seeing the most beautiful, breathtaking nature scene that perhaps before this you have only seen in a movie. There's the perfect amount of sunlight cascading on both of your shoulders. The feeling of a slight breeze as you begin to walk down a path that is so clearly laid in front of you. And unlike the stairs from earlier, you find that you're so giddy, you're borderline skipping. There's a little pep in your step because you know that this is a really special place. This is a really expansive place. And this is a part of your heart space as well. This is beyond the initial impression, beyond the initial experience into the depth. This is the expansion. As you walk down this path, you notice that an animal appears. Maybe it's your favorite animal, maybe it's one that you haven't really thought about in a while. Maybe it's flying, maybe it's walking, and you intuitively know, intuitively trust that this animal has somewhere to lead you, and notice if it continues to lead you down this existing path, or maybe a little bit off of that path. And as you continue walking, you notice that the animal stops, and looking over to your left, there's an object. It seems even a little bit out of place. It's not quite natural. It's not necessarily a tree. It's not necessarily a rock. Allowing this image, the first thing to enter your mind, observing this interesting out-of-place object that just so happens to be on your path, appreciating this object for what it is, walking around it, noticing that maybe it looks a little bit different from another orientation, another perspective. Walking around this object, really allowing details to come to life here. Standing in front of this object that you know inherently has value for you, and it's not about figuring it out. It's not about using the mind right now. It's simply about appreciation and allowing space. Because you see, this object has a message for you, and it's, again, a message of the heart. And in this moment, you continue with your deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you simply listen. Maybe there are words, maybe there's a sentence, maybe there are colors, maybe there's a feeling that washes over you. And whatever it is, you are ready to receive it, and it is perfectly, absolutely fine. Taking a moment to be in silence and really absorb whatever this message for you is. Trusting that it will come in whatever form it's meant to, breathing in through the nose and pause and release through the mouth. You notice the object begin to become smaller, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, until you intuitively know that you can pick it up, this object, and place it into your pocket, and that it will always be with you. And whether you received a clear message in this moment, you received a color, a feeling, that you now will always have access to this as you readily put this item in your pocket and continue walking down this beautiful path that feels so comfortable below your feet, observing all of the trees with the perfect amount of shade, perfect amount of sun. It's your favorite season. And in the distance, you see more evidence that this is not your average middle of nowhere nature scene. In fact, it almost seems like a carnival. It seems like a carnival in celebration of all of the things that you love. Notice what you see up ahead as you continue to walk closer to it. Notice the places, all of your favorite places that you've been to already and that you anticipate going to and visiting. It's all there. Notice how beautifully they all look in this kingdom of your own heart's desires as you continue to walk, and notice the people in this space. Everyone smiling, radiating. People in your life now, people that you have yet to meet. You may even be surprised at some of the people that you see. Having this true understanding that only love exists here. Feeling so full of light, exploring and wandering around. Your favorite foods, your favorite music, your favorite scent and textures, allowing as much into your experience as is comfortable, perhaps focusing on one thing at a time and being fully present with what is immediately in front of you. Allowing your heart to fill and expand. You notice a hill up ahead, and it appears to be a viewing point of sorts. And you take a moment away from being in this place of your heart's desires, and you take a moment to effortlessly take a few steps up this hill, and you have the most beautiful vantage point. You can see all the things that you love coming into view, maybe some things sticking out a little more than others. Allowing yourself to be in awe of the totality with the understanding that there's even more ahead in the distance that you can't yet see. Continuing to deeply breathe in through your nose, breathing in this sense of profound gratitude and relaxation, and pausing, really internalizing that, allowing that to permeate every cell of your being before releasing and exhaling through your mouth, letting it go, trusting that it will come right on back to you with your next deep breath in. Noticing that within this hillside, there appears to be another very small slide, just very straightforward, and you excitedly go down this little slide, and you begin to make your way through those lovely sights of your favorite places, favorite people, favorite activities, everything in one huge expansive place. Walking through that town of sorts, walking down that path, noticing the area where you saw that object that is now in your pocket. Once again, finding that door, entering that cave where you had that cup of tea, noticing an elevator next to that long slide that you took, and going up, up, up. Noticing that you're in that initial room that you were in, feeling a sense of gratitude. Going through the hallway back into that room, and noticing that same door and the same flight of stairs, feeling a greater sense of sensation in your hands and your feet. Opening that door, and stepping on to step one, anticipating step 10, and when you're at step 10, you'll know exactly what to do. Going up to step 9, step 8, almost skipping up to 7, 6, 5, step 4 and 3. And if you're listening to this during the day, when you reach step 1, you're going to feel so wide awake. And if you're listening to this at night, you're going to allow yourself to drift off into the sweetest dream. Step 2, step 3, wide awake and stretch. If you're listening to this during the evening, you're going to allow yourself to be lulled into the deepest, gentlest sleep with a completely open heart.